The Caulfield Cup takes centre stage on Saturday, and the stable has two exciting chances, including Huyamal, who was a close second in the Group 2 Hill Stakes at his last start, and Goldman, who has already secured his golden ticket to the Melbourne Cup. They're both in with a chance in this $5 million race.
Yeah, most certainly. Very exciting for both sets of connections here. Huyamal was excellent last start. He drops back to the handicap conditions here, which I think will really suit. Gets a good weight turnaround. I think he's looking forward to stepping out to this trip. He's been nice and sharp in his work, so I think he's in excellent condition. Goldman's been building nicely all the way throughout his campaign. Another one that's suited by dropping back to the handicap conditions here. He's drawn out wide, but he makes his own luck in front and certainly looks in good shape.
Tropical Squall stamped herself as one of the most exciting 3-year-old fillies this season after her explosive win in the Group 1 Flight Stakes. She is stepping back in grade and up in distance to 2,000 metres in the Group 3 Ethereal Stakes with regular rider Adam Hieronymus in the saddle. Are you happy with how she's come on since her debut Group 1 win?
Yeah, most certainly. She looks in really good order since arriving in Melbourne. I think she's continued to show nice improvement off the back of her Group 1 win. We've always felt that stepping out to the 2,000 metres and further will be a suitable trip for her. So this will be a good test. She's on an Oaks path, so a very important race for her on Saturday.
Critique got the better of his stablemate Vinny Spirit at his last start to claim his second career win for Newgate Farm. He's stepping up in class to listed level in the Gothic Stakes over 1,200 metres. Talk us through his chances.
He's a horse that keeps improving. I thought it was an excellent win there last start. He's taken plenty of confidence from that. Looks to have trained on really well. It's a race with a bit of class here and a bit of depth, but he certainly seems in great shape.
Kaizad broke his maiden in impressive fashion at Warwick Farm last week. He has settled into life at our Flemington stable and looks ready to fire again for Blue Blood Thoroughbreds in the 3-year-old Colts and Geldings Plate over 1,400 metres.
Yeah, very impressive win from him last start. His run in his maiden company this preparation has certainly proved to be quite strong. Those have gone on and franked the form in their respective races. So even though he's stepping out at maiden company, this looks to be a lovely progression for him. His first way Melbourne going, but he certainly looks to be impressive of what we've seen to date.
The instructor returned to the winner's circle at his last start for First Light Racing. He lines up alongside stablemate Kaizad over 1,400 metres, which is a distance he's won over before. Can he notch his second campaign win on Saturday?
Last start was an important race for him. I thought he ran out the 1,400 metres very strongly. Certainly looked to suit him. So the setup here looks great. He's the class horse of the field, no doubt. He's quite deep into his campaign, so right at his peak, and he'll certainly take a bit of confidence off his most recent win.
Gold Bullion is ticking along nicely after his impressive win in the Derby Preview at Flemington. You and Gai opted to trial him leading into the Group 3 Caulfield Classic on Saturday. Are you happy with the progress he's made this preparation?
Yes, certainly. The trial looks to have kept him right up to the mark. This is a nice target for him. A couple of sharp ones in here that are no doubt going to be a good competition, but he seems in great shape. He's been getting the job done for us. He's a tough horse, rolls up his sleeve when the pressure's on, so this would be a nice lead up for the Derby for him.
Azula is delighting us ahead of her first up run. She took plenty of improvement from her first trial to win her most recent one, and she's since taken the journey set to Melbourne in her stride. She's against the girls in the Group 3 Guineas Prelude, and she's drawn well in Barrier 6, so Tim will be positive from there.
She's a filly that's going to look to no doubt improve off this first up run. She's 1,400 metres first time out, just off the back of two solid trials. So she's meeting a few there that are obviously fitter than her at this point of her preparation, so expecting to see good improvement, but certainly a bit of class about her going forward with her main target being the Guineas.
Oz Empress was terrific when winning the listed Jim Maloney Stakes over course and distance last time, gaining some very valuable black type in the process. She steps up in class on Saturday in the 1,000 Guineas Prelude with Winona Costin in the saddle. Are you happy with how she's come on since her recent win?
Yeah, most certainly. She's a talented filly, looks to have trained on nicely since her most deserving win. She's proven she's up to this class. She got a terrific racing pattern. She's had some success around here previously, so expect her to be very hard to run down once again.
Converge didn't have much go his way in the Epsom last time. He's got a slightly tricky outside barrier in the 5 Diamonds Prelude, and whilst he's got top weight, this is an easier race than his last couple of outings, so we're hopeful that he can capitalise on this and get his nose back in front. Yeah,
this looks to be a lovely race, relatively well weighted here in comparison to the ratings of his opposition. didn't have much luck in the Epsom, caught wide and just a little bit far out of his ground. Hopefully we can see him a bit more prominent in the run and see him bouncing back with a bit of confidence.
Journalism has a couple of options, including the Big Dance Wildcard over 1600 metres and the Five Diamonds Prelude over 1500 metres. He ran a terrific fourth, first up behind subsequent stakes winner Vienna Princess. He's been back to the trials since, as he seems more effective when his runs are spaced out.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was an excellent trial to keep him ticking over. His first up run was very good. I thought he would train on very nicely off the back of that. Much fitter going into this particular race. Well weighted here, right down the weight. So important race, and certainly still some more improvement to come. But I feel he's training very well.
Zuman has always been a talented and consistent performer, but he took his form to a whole new level last preparation when winning 3 successive stakes races. The Five Diamonds Prelude is a tough ask first up, and he's up against race-fit horses whose main targets are sooner than his. Despite this, do you think he can give them a run for their money?
He usually does perform well fresh, and he's been nice and forward from his 2 most recent trials. So certainly looks forward enough to be contesting this race on Saturday. At this class, he may find the 1500 metres a little bit sharp for him. He's going to be better suited once he can get to the Five Diamonds race over a little bit further, but I do feel he's in for a nice campaign.
For Valor sticks to the mile in the Big Dance wild card, which suits him well, and his run of bad luck with barriers continues with gate 16 here. He's fourth up now, so he's rock hard fit and he's as genuine as they come, so he should be there in the finish.
He's got the tactical speed to help overcome that wide gate. I thought he's been excellent in his most recent runs. Again, the form around him's been excellent. He's able to put himself up on pace now that he's fourth up. He should be right at his peak. He's been training well. Expect him to be able to run another bold race for us.
You have 2 exciting 2-year-old colts making their debut in the Kirkham Plate over 1,000 metres. Shangri-La Express is by Yulong's first season sire Alabama Express, and he showed a nice turn of foot in his sole trial to date. The 300 has been impressive, winning 2 trials ahead of his race day debut for Trilogy. What can we expect to see from both of them on Saturday?
The 300's had an excellent grounding. His 2 trials, he's looked very professional, very straightforward. So I think we can expect that type of performance from him once again. Shangri-La Express has been seen on just the one occasion. I thought he trialled nicely, and importantly, we've really seen him sharpen up for that trial and seen some good improvement. So I think he's a nice progressive horse going forward as well. So really exciting to see both of them step out. I expect him to perform very well.